Guys, this is Movie Man, and today I will be discussing. Okay, I first have to establish this is the best movie of the year. This is Logan. Okay, so I know what you're saying. Whoa, that's a big thing to say for like just the beginning of the year. But hear me out. This film is emotional. It has action. It has a character arc and character depth. And that's what a lot of movies do not have these days, especially anymore. And not Marvel movies, I'm not trying to single them out, but I'm saying superhero films in general. Big blockbuster movies are so like keen on the action. You don't get it's all crammed with action that there's not enough space for it to breathe, and you don't get character-driven scenes. With Logan, what's so good about this film is that it thrives on character-driven scenes. What I call this movie is a drama with a drama with action surrounded around it, and it's not always in the film. If there is action in the film, it's for a reason. There's a reason why they're using the blood and gore. And this film is rated R. And they could have easily just pushed the swearing, sex, and violence. But they didn't. When they swear in the film, there's a genuine reason why they're swearing. They're trying to get a point across. Or for the violence, there's a reason why, like I said, that they're acting out rationally like that. And it's so well used, the R rating. And they got so much more creative freedom, which I loved. And just from the opening scene, you know this is an R-rated movie. And it's unlike any superhero or Marvel or Wolverine movie I've ever seen. X-Men, Wolverine has not had a good track record for his own movies, unfortunately. Like, X-Men Origins is probably the worst one of the worst Marvel movies ever, next to Daredevil. And The Incredible Hulk, 2009. And then they had the Wolverine, which came out in 2009, I believe. It was also directed by James Mangold, who directed Logan. That film was okay. It had a lot of flaws, but this film really redeemed the series for Wolverine and Marvel movies as a whole. It did something that many films didn't, which is tone down on the action and express more of emotional depth. There's so many scenes in this film that put hooks into my heart and just made me get emotional, and I even cried in the theater. I saw this film opening night on the biggest screen, and I wasn't the only one crying. There were many other people around me crying, and I never thought a Wolverine film would make me emotionally moved. And it does that for the reason of the story, obviously, but the acting done by Hugh Jackman, I would have to say, is his best performance he's ever given in any movie ever. That's a big bar to say because he was incredibly good in the film Prisoners, which I really loved him in. But this film and his performance in this movie is astonishing because yes, he's played Wolverine before, and yes, you can say, yeah, he's done it a million times, so obviously he's going to be in a good movie. Not true, because yes, you can do a character millions and millions and millions of times, like Jack Sparrow. You can do it for so long. You can do, like, let's say Star Trek or Star Wars so long, but yes, by that point, you know the character inside out. But he shows a broken Wolverine we haven't seen before. He's emotionally raw on screen, and he's so shattered of a person. It's heartbreaking, and the way that he was able to deliver that on screen was amazing. His on-screen, he has a lot of scenes with Xavier in this movie, and they're incredible both on screen. Now to Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart, I would have to say, is his best outing as Xavier as well, and his best performance too. He has a great supporting performance in this movie as well. I think both actors deserve Oscar consideration for the performances because the Oscars thrive, I don't know why, on depressing stories, and this film is incredibly grim, and it's very realistic. It's not like too over the top, like they didn't choose a plot like, oh, the Earth's gonna blow up or someone's gonna take over the world. No, it's something very condensed and very small and I love that. It's not over bloated. And as well, the like, it's going to be so hard if the Oscars can go this movie. It is incredibly well done, and I'm going to get to why as well. The directing by James Mangold. James Mangold directed the movie Walk the Line, which is one of my favorite movies I've ever seen. And that film was a Johnny Cash biopic with Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon in 2005. Now, that movie got Oscar nominations for Best Actor and Best Actress, and won for Best Actress for Reese. So, that's what I'm saying, is that he's a talented director that can get Oscar-worthy performances out of his performers. So Logan could seriously be an Oscar contender. As well, this film is just fantastic. It doesn't even feel like a superhero movie. It feels like an indie film with a superhero in it, and it's so unlike anything I've ever seen. That's why I love it so much, because it's so refreshing. We're getting so many superhero films these days that it's not saying the same thing, but they're really similar in the movies. But to see a film that only has one, well, two in this case, but two superheroes, and that's it, and that's all the film thrives and drives on, and they deliver top notch, that's amazing to see. Because, as you see in the trailer, none of the X-Men are in this movie. It's just Xavier and Logan. And there's so many character-driven scenes that really get to you, and this film is just astonishing. And before I forget, I don't mean to forget, but the girl in this film who played Laura, holy moly, she is extraordinary in this film. She hardly talks. She hardly speaks in the movie, and yet she gives one of the best performances. Reason being, what's hard for an actor is you have to deliver a performance emotionally without any dialogue, and that's incredibly difficult. It's all done through your facial features and your ability to deliver performance emotionally without dialogue. That's incredibly hard. And I believe this is her first movie. She's outstanding in it. And when she does speak, she breaks my heart. So she really got to me, and she really spoke to me. This film was incredible. It's engaging, it's well acted, it's well directed, it's well shot, it's gorgeous to look at. If you're gonna watch this movie, see it on the big screen. It's well worth it. And it's the last outing as Wolverine. Greatest farewell to Logan will ever see. Ever. And I don't think this should be cast after this. This should be the end, because they've done 9 movies, not including Deadpool, which would make 10. But 9 movies with Logan. So I think this is a great conclusion, and that is why I'm going to give this film a 10 out of 10. It is a masterful piece of art that everybody should check out. It is the best superhero film of all time, my favorite film of all time, and one of the best acted films I've ever seen. It is an extraordinary piece of film. That is my review on Logan. What did you guys think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you think that there should have been more action in it and less character arc scenes? Or do you think that the film didn't do justice for the farewell of Logan? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. Until I see you guys again, this is Movie Man, signing off.